Well, it's one of our top stories where experts are appealing to members of the public to avoid swimming when lifeguards are off duty. It follows cases of several people who were washed away at Pennington Main Beach in KwaZulu-Natal, as well as other parts of the country. National Sea Rescue Institute spokesperson Andrew Ingram joins us more for this conversation. Andrew, perhaps maybe we can start with a breakdown of some of the incidents that we are seeing and that were reported during New Year's Day celebrations and how the National Sea Rescue Institute responded.
Good afternoon, Veronica. It's been a very difficult start to the season or to the new year, I'm afraid. Our NSRI volunteers around the country have been extremely busy responding to drowning in progress around the country. For these last 2 days have not been good. Rip currents have been a real problem with KZN. 7 people missing and 3 confirmed deceased since the start of the new year.
And you speak about rip currents, and I think that's a particular concern as well, because we know, of course, locals would be aware of this, but there have been a lot of travelers heading down to the coast. What is it in regards to the risk that people are not picking up when it comes to the conditions of the sea?
Veronica, you will have heard all of the emergency service or people involved in beach safety and so on saying, please, when you go to a beach, choose a beach where lifeguards are on duty and swim between the flags. And we say it again and again because it's absolutely critical. The biggest danger that our people face when they go to the beaches are rip currents. And the reason for this is that rip currents are very hard for most people to see. Lifeguards know their beach really well, and they will know exactly where the rip currents are and where the safe areas to swim are. And that's why it's absolutely critical to go and swim where the lifeguards are on duty. So you'll see on beaches a triangle of people going into the water in a specific area. And the picture on the screen at the moment, I think, is a good example of people who are swimming between the flags, and the lifeguards are watching those people. So should they get into difficulty, they can be helped very quickly. If you're not swimming at a lifeguarded beach, then you're putting your life at risk.
Yeah, and you know, the festive season comes with its own challenges. Talk to us a little bit about the difficulties faced by your teams. I mean, from large crowds in the waters to the abuse of alcohol as well on beaches.
Veronica, exactly the point. So rip currents are certainly the biggest danger that people will face on the beach. And alcohol is, once again this season, truly a problem. Drinking alcohol and then going into the water, whether that be a river, a dam, or the sea, puts your life at significant risk and also puts the lives of your friends and family and rescue services who would come and help you at risk. On Monday is the peak of this spring tide, which means that the high tide will be higher than usual, the low tide will be lower, and there's more water moving between those two tide extremes, which means that the rip currents will be stronger. So we're asking people, please go and swim where lifeguards are on duty, swim between their flags. Parents and caregivers, please watch your children. Drowning is silent. You must be an arm's length away from children when they're in the water. Put your phones down, keep your eyes up, live in the moment, and enjoy the time on the beach with your children.
Yeah. And as we speak, we know that at the current moment, our reporter Zolo Shawana is stationed at Pennington Beach in KwaZulu-Natal, where there is that search happening now for about 3 people who went missing. It's believed to be a drowning incident as well. Just the reality for that family. I mean, time is of the essence. It's already almost a day now gone by.
Veronica, the Pennington Beach incident is an absolute tragedy. It's certainly a rip current again. And yes, we have 3 people missing and the search is ongoing. It's a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Yeah. And of course, as we are wrapping up the festive season, these incidents occurring, what lessons can we perhaps learn and what can we do as well in terms of improvement? You've given suggestions to those who are heading to the beach to just follow the rules in regards to going to the beaches. But what lessons as well can we learn from perhaps maybe even the response from municipalities, other law enforcement officials in these operations during the festive season?
Veronica, I think that the three things are always the same, and they're so important. And perhaps it's because we say them again and again that they just wash over people. But rip currents are really the biggest danger that you're going to face at the beach. Swimming between lifeguards' flags is the safe way to avoid that. Drinking alcohol and going into the water is a disaster. It's just bad. Please don't do it. We don't drink and drive. Please don't drink and swim. And parents and caregivers, supervise your children. Watch them on the beach. With so many people around, it's very, very easy to be separated. So if you concentrate on avoiding rip currents by swimming at a guarded beach, don't drink alcohol when you go into the water, and watch your children, you'll have a safe, happy season.
And just to deviate as well away from perhaps maybe sea rescues, we've also seen a number of drownings, particularly if you look at the story of the SANDF soldiers, 2 of them who were swept away by waters as they were crossing a low-lying bridge. Perhaps maybe, Andrew, the importance of understanding weather patterns, but the increased need for people perhaps maybe to strengthen or learn how to swim in those conditions.
Yeah, Veronica, thank you for bringing that up. The weather has been, I suppose, as it often is in our country at this time of the year. And the South African Weather Services have put out a number of warnings, in fact, almost daily, for thunderstorms, heavy rain, and so on in the inland provinces. And it's absolutely critical for people to not try and cross low-lying bridges on fast-flowing rivers. They are very, very dangerous. So to try and walk across a river or drive your vehicle through a river that is fast-flowing is extremely dangerous, as we see by this tragic incident. There must be another way around it. If there isn't a way around it, then put off your trip until the water levels have dropped. It is that important.
Yeah, and it's a message, Andrew, that we've been pushing throughout the festive season, reiterating the importance of taking those precautionary measures. Thank you for your time. That's the National Sea Rescue Institute spokesperson, Andrew Ingram.